I was doing this one's hair in a photo shoot, just filling in for me. And I was having a laugh, telling jokes, just slagging people. And this one whose hair I'm doing turns around and goes, "You're hilarious. You're really funny. You're like something out of a Roddy Doyle novel." Roddy Doyle? Listen here. You, the OC, and the rest of the Dundrum Shopping Centre crew can tell Roddy Doyle he can kiss my fucking arm. It's our 2-year anniversary on Friday. Last year we went to Pizza Hut. Steve got me a cake, only by lying and saying it was my birthday. This year we were going to go out for a proper dinner. But instead...
At first, I thought it was a wind-up. And then I seen me mate Paddy on the news. Tallaght Turner and Fitter wins the lotto. And him, outside the local super value, bouncing around with a cheque bigger than that big fat head of his.
Turner and Fitter, what is that?
Turns and he fits things, loads of money in it.
Fucking Egypt decides at the last minute that he doesn't want his face on TV. But instead of getting someone else to pick it up, he just kept putting his hand over his face.
This way for the camera, Mr. Kelly. How does it feel? First blade and wrap it, yeah, savage. I'm in, wrap it.
You think anyone who won the lotto and wanted to remain inconspicuous would keep the spending on the low? Invest the winnings, some stocks and all that shit. Get a gaff, a trust fund for little Paddy. Fuck that. 09 3-litre engine GTI hatchback with rocket-repelled wheel spinny thingies. In lime green. Go faster stripes. Fucking cat-looking thing.
Sources close to the lucky winner say that although he's already bought himself a brand new Golf GTI, he has in fact been banned from driving for the past 3 years.
And to celebrate, he's thrown a big old-school street party.
Please come to my super whopper deadly party. Acts on the night will include Aslan. Master of ceremonies would be Martin King, in brackets, TV3 weatherman. Also on the night, largest bouncy castle in the Western Hemisphere.
Apparently he's getting this bouncy castle flown in, especially from Scandinavia.
It's our anniversary. We can't miss that. Plus he gave myself and a few of the boys $1,000 each, so kind of have to show our face.
Great. Now instead of having a candlelit dinner, I'm going to be stuck in a rubber castle with every little banjo from here to Clondalkin stepping on me with their little Nike Airs. Well, at least Aslan's playing.
Although I'd say it's going to be a bit of crack. City's going to pay all the hours on the road to make food for it. Rice Krispie cakes, fairy cakes, jelly and ice cream. He says to me, it's going to be old school Canaan, the way it used to be. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be bleeding turbo.
People used to always have street parties around here, just to celebrate being alive. Games like Twister, dance competitions, balloons, buntings. Everyone would come together and do something for it, make something. And then it just stopped. I don't know why.
Turbo, Paddy has this theory, the theory of turbo. There's no word in the English language that you can't make better or more tallatastic than by putting the word turbo in front of it. Is he mad out of it? No, he's turbo minty fresh mad out of it. Sorry boys, I can't talk now, I'm riding me turbo board. Turbo pregnant?
How can I protect you in this crazy world? It's alright. Yeah.
Well, it was supposed to be just for their estate. And the lads, and all the families and kids from around and shit. But for a while it was good, wholesome fun. But figures out, the bouncy castle is actually a scale replica, a castle Grayskull from He-Man. And being about 16 feet tall, it starts to attract every little snack box in a mile radius of the thing.
Paddy, Teo and Jono were running around dressed up like He-Man characters, screaming, "I have the power!" Locked, because the outlads from Tallaght had sold them and everyone else cheap cargo from off their ferry, over their walls. He wins the lotto, and he's still drinking cans of Bavaria.
That clown Deco, bouncer from the green room, the crew was wannabe gangster mates are floating around. They're fairly well on. It's not a good recipe since the dope bleeding barred half of my mates and most of the people here. Games of pin the tail on the donkey and gargling don't go well this early on. One of his dope mates ends up starting on me next door neighbour.
Steve said Deco and his mates were starting fights. As I recall it was the other way around.
Memory's a fragile thing. People always remember things differently. When I was 7, I vividly remember being a fucking Jedi. Eat your dinner. You eat your dinner.
It was restless. You know, it was a perfect time to get the tunes going. So the Ep1s pushed our man Martin King up on the stage. Fuck knows what he made of it all.
So Martin King jumps up on the stage and goes, "Welcome to Paddy, Super Whopper, Deadly, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, Aslan won't be coming on now, but they'll be playing a little bit later."
Like they've anything better to be doing.
There's a rustle in the crowd. This thing is about the kettle, and Weather Boy turns around and goes, "I've been told that this next performer's ma knows Paddy's ma, and she's convinced him to kindly step in and get things started. Please welcome, all the way from Finglas, MC Slice." Who? Get fucked.
So he launches into his set. Next of all, I see this thing in slow motion, looping through the air.
Did you ever see that movie 2001: A Space Odyssey? You know, the one where the monkey throws the bone in the air. We replace bone with bottle and monkey with Murphy, and picture that bad boy hitting bleeding MC shite bag square in the fucking head.
First off, you don't sing a song about Finglas to a load of Tallaghts. Then someone jumps up on the table, stomping on all the Rice Krispie cakes and all, and starts screaming, "Wreck the fucking gaff!"
Martin King got a few digs thrown at him as well. Figures out, he's actually TV3's answer to Jackie Chan. Starts kung fu on a bollocks elbow up on the stage. But your TV3 don't know that. Come on, MC Slice, he wasn't as lucky. Disappeared.
He disappeared off into the horizon after some involuntary crowd surfing. Then, someone would have to go and burst the bouncy castle in the middle of it all.
It's inflatable, therefore it's destructible. Vis-a-vis, let's fucking wreck it.
You'd need an industrial-sized Stanley blade to burst one of those things.
I reckon that was one of my little brother's mates. I seen that little prick Kenny running around with a blade the size of fucking Excalibur about a week ago. Chopped that little mullet off him. Saw Mummy once. I grabbed the bird by the hand before we get a bang of a bottle of TK Red Lemonade in the fucking head.
Steve pulls me under the table and grabs 2 bowls of jelly and ice cream. Neapolitan. I love that one. You know, the one with the 3 flavours. Because if you don't like strawberry, you can always have vanilla. Nice one.
I like to think I'm sensitive to me board's finance. A modern bloke. And I could tell Sarah wasn't too impressed about spending her anniversary underneath a table in the midst of a street riot.
Like, it wasn't ideal, but there was something romantic about it.
I mean, she puts up with some shit. Being around me and all my train wreck mates. My granny used to always say, when you have a nice looking girl, a good girl, you treat her right. So I decided at that minute it was time to break out the big guns.
He told me the only reason we came to the party was because Paddy gave him a grant.
I wanted it to be a surprise because I spent most of the money on a holiday.
We've never been on holiday together. I've never really been on holiday.
And I spent the rest of the money on...
I told Steve I'd always wanted one when I was a kid, like, just in passing. I forgot he even said it or that he was listening to me. But
her ma wouldn't buy one. Long story. Anyway, took me ages to find the thing. The usual. Cost more now than it did back then.
it's in its original box and all.
200 brick. Better be a rock of crack cocaine in the boot of the thing for them prices.
Malibu Barbie loves our new pink beach buggy. Turbo Deadly.
I'd say, with a girl like Sarah, and Granny's probably looking down over my shoulder saying, you know, she's a lovely girl, a nice girl, good lad. And if that's the case, then when I was riding all those big fat wrecks, she's probably looking down over my shoulder saying, Steve, just fucking heading that fat wreck. Now what's all that noise, all that prattle? Sturdy bird, will give you a rattle. You know that stuff when it gets insane. Don't do the heroin, don't do cocaine. Ecstasy is for moves. I don't do that stuff because I don't like drugs. Hicking on the corner, drinking on me cans. With the soup, listening to me fans.
Hey Belinda, do you want to go to golf together? Okay, Peter, no problem. Where will we live? Some estate out the back arse of nowhere we have to commute every day.